1, 2, 3, push!
The coal cars bashed and biffed together. They juddered and jumped. Coal dust scattered and splattered everywhere. It covered the railroad inspector and Sir Topham Hatt. Then it flew down Gordon's funnel. Gordon spluttered and stuttered.
Oh, the indignity.
Sir Topham Hatt was cross.
Thomas, what have you done?
Thomas felt terrible.
The railroad inspector isn't pleased. Sir Topham Hatt isn't proud. Gordon can't whoosh at all. And it's all my fault.
Thomas knew he had to chuff and puff to put things right.
Sir, I will shunt Gordon to the steamworks. Victor will make sure his funnel is free and his firebox fizzes. Then, Gordon can take you on the tour of Sodor, and I can be really useful.
Sir Topham Hatt was happy to hear this.
Very well, Thomas.
So Thomas heaved and hauled his hardest and shunted Gordon glumly away from the docks. At the steamworks, Victor was happy to welcome Gordon and Thomas.
Well, Thomas, my friend, what have we here?
Gordon grumped and groaned.
Gordon's funnel is blocked with coal dust. He needs a clear funnel and a fizzing firebox.
Then he has come to the right place. Gordon, please stop looking so unhappy. It's only your funnel we must fix, not your pistons that won't pump.
Soon, Gordon's funnel was fixed. His firebox was fiery, and he was ready and raring to take Sir Topham Hatt and the railroad inspector on a tour of the island, and of all the really useful and very busy engines on Sodor. Thomas steamed swiftly back to the docks. He knew he had a lot of work to do. At the docks, Thomas started to shunt and shove. He huffed his hardest.
Shunting cars, I do the best. I biff and bash and never rest.
And he didn't see Sir Topham Hatt and the railroad inspector arrive. They watched Thomas.
Thomas, you are a really useful engine. I am very proud of you.
And I am very pleased to see such a busy engine. I wasn't sure, but now I know Sir Topham Hatt's railroad is the best.
Thomas beamed and gleamed. Sir Topham Hatt smiled and smiled with pride.
Silly me, I was so wrong. I can shunt the whole day long. Never stop and never rest. A busy engine is the best.
Henry's health and safety. The engines of Sodor all want to be really useful. Their wheels whir, their pistons pump, and their boilers bubble brightly. But sometimes things can go wrong. One morning, Henry was huffing happily. He clickety-clacked around a bend, straight into an old freight car.
Flatten my funnel. Who left that there?
Henry's piston rods were bumped and bent.
Oh my! Henry! I will shunt you to the steamworks.
Thank you, hero.
Victor was pleased to see Henry.
Kevin and I will have your pistons pumping by lunchtime.
We will, boss.
So, you bashed into an old freight car, Henry.
Someone must have left it there.
Health and safety, Henry.
Henry was an old engine, but he didn't know what health and safety was.
Health and safety, Henry, is watching out for things that might make accidents happen.
And you, Henry, had an accident. Bam!
Later, Henry was fixed.
Watch out now for health and safety. Anything dangerous must be taken away. If not, bam!
Thank you, Victor.
And Henry chuffed carefully out of the steamworks. Henry chuffed and puffed. Then he saw a flatbed of telegraph poles. One pole rolled slowly off and onto the tracks. Henry was worried.
Bust my buffers! An accident could happen here. I must get Rocky.
Henry puffed into the rescue center.
Rocky, come quickly.
Rocky was worried.
You'll have to ask the rescue manager. I might be needed for an emergency.
This is an emergency. Health and safety.
Rocky was puzzled. But health and safety sounded important. So Henry shunted Rocky quickly away. Henry and Rocky puffed to the poles.
Lift them out of the way, Rocky.
Later, Rocky and Henry had put the flatbed safely into a siding. Henry was pleased with himself.
Health and safety is the way to keep the tracks clear every day.
You're right, Henry. Now I have to go back to the rescue center.
Hello, Percy.
Percy was puzzled.
Bubbling boilers? I thought there were telegraph poles here.
Health and safety, Percy.
And Henry puffed away with Rocky. Henry and Rocky chuffed to a junction. Henry saw 4 large rolls of wire. Henry was worried.
Oh my, Rocky. If one of those rolls across the junction, an accident might happen. We must move it.